who is funny and will make you laugh. We're the ha-ha-ha men. God bless you. We're kind of weird. We're kind of crazy. We're the ha-ha-ha men. We love our country. We love our God. We're the ha-ha-ha men. We're the ha-ha-ha men. It's the ha-ha-ha men show.
And welcome to our latest podcast for the Ha 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 Men. I'm Dave Ebert.
Hey everybody, Ken Lubinsky.
Hi, I'm Dave Zarbach.
And we are here on Cyber Monday recording. And so we are fresh off the Thanksgiving break.
Dave, are you doing a little internet shopping is that what you're doing here while you're doing the podcast?
Well, Best Buy has some really good deals here, and I'm hoping that I can use your credit card to buy this big screen.
I'm going to take a break for a minute. I'll be right back.
I hope he leaves his wallet.
Yeah, you leave his wallet. Put me down for like 10 or 11 clappers. Remember that clap on?
Clap off. The clapper, which really lost popularity when people started using it to power up in their living rooms, especially during football season.
Oh, okay. Their whole living rooms, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
That's cutting edge late 1970s technology right there.
Right.
Do they still make the clapper?
Heck yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
That's excellent, because this is the time of year when you need to start thinking about all of those gifts that you can give people, like Chia Pets.
Chia Pets.
The Robertson Chia Pet series, you got Cy and Willie.
Do they still have the Ron Popeil pocket fisherman? Am I dating myself? What fit in your glove box?
I've heard of it from my older uncles.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never
Oh,
actually
ouch.
seen an ad.
He said my older uncle.
That's all right. Yeah. It was the coolest thing. It was like this. Google it. Ron Popeil pocket fisherman. It was like this weird little device. It was about maybe 6 to 8 inches long. It was like this oblong shape, and it had like a little maybe 12-inch fishing pole head that came out of it. And you're driving down to Stevenson, you see the I&M Canal,
Hey.
you stop your car, let's do a little trout fishing or whatever. You catch a carp or two, throw it in the back, you're good to go. So
Well, that guy was doing something right, because I heard he was loaded.
Oh yeah.
Popeil.
Is he still alive?
I'm
Google
not sure.
that too.
Someone I know that I used to work for saw him at the Princess Hotel in the Bahamas, which is like the exclusive hotel there. And they said he was like a superstar
Really?
at this place.
Well,
Yeah. This was like probably 10 years ago.
Did he own the hotel?
No.
Wasn't he famous for the line "Set it and forget it"? Remember the rotisserie oven? Was that
Was
him?
he, or was that the other guy?
There's imitators.
another guy.
Imitators. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Imitators.
Well, you gotta love all the pitchmen.
You do.
Yeah. The George Foreman Grill. This is
Yeah.
a great time of year for that.
Billy Mays, God rest him, Billy Mays.
Yeah.
With the what was that? The OxyClean.
OxyClean.
OxyClean. I'm Billy Mays. Right. Yeah. Oh, he was an intense cat. That Billy Mays.
Are you getting any of those gifts for?
Oh, I'm
people
giving
you know?
OxyClean, the Clapper, Chia Pets, and the Ron Popeil pocket fishermans to everybody.
And of course, easy bake ovens for all the little girls.
Sure.
Did you guys ever know any girls that had an easy bake oven? Because I always wanted to, and I never did.
You always wanted to know somebody that
Wanted to know a little girl that when I was a kid, I wish I had like a
I
friend
did
that had
hear
an easy bake oven.
a
'cause
little
they look
conspiracy theory that
delicious.
the new ones that come out, since they're phasing out the incandescent light bulb, those little,
Yeah.
they have those new light bulbs that apparently don't get as hot, so the cooking time is longer. I could
really,
be
they're trying
completely
to.
wrong.
Well, how could you cook with one of those new light bulbs?
How are you going to do a 15-pound turkey at an easy bake oven with one of those, mercury laced
Right.
curly Q light bulbs?
very carefully.
Yeah, very careful. It's going to take you 4 or 5 days. And you get a thaw in there. Forget it. Set it and forget it. You can't in an easy
Right.
bake oven.
Well, that's what I did with cruise control on my way back from Virginia. Just set it and forget it. And
You made it.
I made it, and with the alignment on my truck being slightly off, it
Worked in your
happened.
favor?
Yeah, it worked in my favor. And anytime I heard the rumple strips, so just slight
A
adjustment.
little uneven tread wear, but that's totally the price you got to pay.
Hey, you only live once.
Unless you're a cat.
Well,
Right.
so let's talk about Thanksgiving. What'd you guys do, Ken?
let's see. So we went to my parents' house. My brothers were in town. So one of them lives in California. The other is in Champaign, Illinois. It was pretty much just a day of hanging out. It was nice. Nothing spectacular. Didn't go anywhere, but it was nice to get together with the family and spend like a semi-relaxing day hanging out at my parents' house. That's pretty much it.
So was that the first time your California brother was in town since your birthday?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think he's been here since then. So it's almost a year. You're right.
Wow.
Yeah, he came in town with his fiance. And,
Nice.
We actually it was a nice weekend overall. I mean, we spent like the 4 days going out. We went to Rosemont one night to that German restaurant, the
Brewhaus, the Hofbrauhaus.
Yeah.
Hofbrauhaus. Yeah, I went to that in Munich.
People
when I
have
was
said
there.
that they've gone to the one in Munich, and they said it's like identical to this one.
Very
in
similar,
Rosemont.
yeah, very similar.
That was fun. Did stuff like that, you know.
Except with all the pesky Germans there.
In Munich.
No, in Rosemont.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, there weren't too many Germans there.
Well, there was much more Germans in Munich than in Rosemont. Last time I checked.
Yeah.
So how about you, Dave?
Tried to convince my children that the Macy's Day Parade is like the hippest thing on TV, and they couldn't fathom that because, you know, back in the day, back in, 1914 when I was a young man, you had the Macy's Day Parade because you didn't have, I mean, if you grew up around here, you had 2, 5, 7, 9, 32, 26, some Korean channel, and, you had nothing else to watch.
50, you can't
50, Power
yeah.
50, right?
WPWR.
And
or
did I
is that
say?
what it was?
Yeah, WPWR, Channel 50, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the son of Svengoolie's not on, so you had to watch the Macy's Day Parade. And my kids are just like, this is bogus.
Really?
They don't dig it at all, man. They're looking at it like, this is insanity. And my wife are all like, no, you don't seem to understand. This is what you do.
Yeah, that's what we did. But you're
Right.
right. I mean, now that I think about it, my 6-year-old daughter was not into it this year.
Right.
And she's sat with us in the past. But this year she just wouldn't. She wanted to watch like some Disney show.
Yeah.
You know?
Darn it, Disney, ruining tradition.
Right, exactly. But that was it. That was it for me. Nothing major.
What about you, Dave? Oh, you took a trip.
Yeah, my new fiance and I took a drive down to Virginia. She got to experience the back country roads firsthand. A little bit of car sickness, but nothing.
Why don't we go into some more details on the car sickness? What do you mean a little bit of car sickness?
Yeah, just she was uncomfortable and forced herself to fall asleep as we crossed through the mountain valleys and.
I thought we were going to get interesting here for a minute.
No dirty upholstery as a result. So
I hate those roads out there. I really do. I'm from here and everything's straight. I was telling Dave earlier, all our roads in Illinois are straight, and I didn't realize till I was like in my early 20s that the rest of the country is not like that. So I go on those mountainy roads, forget it.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the view though. Did you go through Pennsylvania?
Oh no, that would be way out of our way. We went down through Indianapolis, down into Kentucky, then across West Virginia, and the country roads took me home, Mountain Mama.
How'd it feel to be back?
It was cool. It's good to be able to drink real sweet tea and not, the fake version that the rest of the country has.
It freaked me out the first time I had sweet tea in the South.
What's the difference?
They put sugar in it right off the bat. I don't put sugar in my tea.
Okay.
I just never did. I'm like, oh, what is this? Like, it's sweet tea.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, when in Rome, so.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Is that what you're talking about? Just essentially sugar in tea?
Well, basically, they put the sugar in the hot tea and let it chill, which, is what McDonald's tries to do, except they put 2 parts sugar for every 1 part tea. And then, people go into diabetic comas if they drink 2 cups. Where down south, there's just enough to give you that sweet tea flavor. Of course, that was a horrible Southern accent.
But now, down south, see, I have this image in my head of everybody, and if I've said this before, I apologize, but everybody from the south, automatically to me, regardless of your age, dresses in a Colonel Sanders outfit, carries a cane, and sips a mint julep. Regardless, and they all own land. That's my vision of the South. It's romantic, and all the women wear those big hoopy dresses.
Is that how it is, Dave?
Close.
Yeah.
except every detail he just described.
Well, I tried. That's just
Yeah.
my vision. That's the way I see it.
Maybe down in Louisiana, you might get a little bit more of that, but that's like the deep south.
Right.
That's like, those are the areas where you ask for directions, like, oh, you can't get there from here.
Right, right. No, I'm talking about like where they watch horse races and they have walking sticks and bolo ties and
Yeah, that's not
say,
so much in
I
Virginia.
do declare, like that all the time. It's like a
That-
Tennessee Williams play.
Well, that
Yeah.
sounded more like what's that rooster on Warner Brothers cartoon?
Foghorn Leghorn.
I said, boy. I say, I do declare. Yeah. Did you see Foghorn Leghorn while you were on your trip? Because
He was on my plate.
Doesn't he?
He was on my plate one day.
Boy.
You do that pretty well.
I try.
Have you done that before?
No, I haven't. Just a little spur of the moment. Just,
You were very talented at impressions and doing voices and accents. Do you ever mess with your kids? And
No, never. I'm not a mimic, so it's really hard for me to mimic other people's voices. No. I mean, we have certain things we do, but that's personal stuff, and I don't want to bore anybody with it.
So you've never like called home and talked to your kids in some weird accent?
Oh, of course we've done that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Of course. But, that's
Yeah, I would call your kids with fake accents too, just to mess with them.
right.
All two of my accents that I have.
All two. Well, you got two. They're yours.
I've got Southern and I got bad Southern. But, well, it is December 1st as we record this, which is the first day of Advent, which is advantageous because we're celebrating the birth of Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the segue there?
That's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Seamless.
Thank you. Until I pointed out the segue, and then the seam appeared.
But still, you're pointing out of the segue continued in the seamless portion of it.
He's so good at building people up.
He is.
I appreciate
Well, I
that.
try. That's what I'm here to inspire.
But Christmas is right around the corner, and it's not just about Black Friday and gift giving, and it's really that's not even really the point. From our perspective, it's about taking a season to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, which is the greatest gift that God gave man. It's just the way to eternal life with God through Christ.
So are you saying Ken punched the guy in Walmart for nothing? It was all for naught? Or
It's not all for naught.
Okay.
I mean, it made for great footage on one of those
2,
true
5,
TV shows.
7, 9, 32. He made all the channels.
Well, he has he works for a law firm, so he got off easy. Yeah.
Convenient. It's
Yeah.
very convenient.
And I think he actually walked away with some money because he bruised his fist and he sued the guy that he punched.
That's
True. Yeah, it's true.
So
100%.
Ken rolled up in a new Jaguar tonight.
That's fine. Lucky.
So what? As we're getting ready to wrap up. Let's just real quickly. What is your favorite part about the Christmas season? We'll start with Dave.
I don't really have a favorite part, but I do have to say it's pretty much it's a miraculous holiday for several reasons. I fancy Easter a lot more because that's when it was done. It was the prophecy was fulfilled, but I just like the whole essence of community. And without sounding Dickens-esque or whatever, it seems like the community seems to get together a little bit at this time. And when I say communities, I mean communities of believers, and really try to focus on the Christ aspect, like what you were talking about, as opposed to the Black Friday materialistic, which so bleeds into our society. So I like the part of phasing that worldly part out and just focusing on what it really is about. So that's what I'm trying to do now as an adult a lot more, especially with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken?
I think that there's a lot of good stuff to do with your family at this time of the year, which is one thing I really enjoy. Whether it's like just going out and looking at the light displays, or the libraries around us have like open houses, or going out to different breakfasts, like we do a breakfast with Santa thing. So that kind of stuff. I think like as a kid, I remember doing all of that stuff, and I really like it's a good time to just. There's a lot of things to do.